Hey, did you guys hear about that golden retriever that got rescued from a well? So cute, right?
The one that was saved by a female firefighter?
Yeah, amazing, right?
Amazing? Back in my day, women saved sandwiches, not dogs. Also, when did we start hiring people who don't even look like firefighters?
What the actual
Oh, you sweet summer child, you actually believe this wasn't staged?
It was a real rescue.
That's what the media wants you to think. This whole rescue was a distraction from Biden's secret plan to microchip the meat we eat.
Biden's not even the president anymore.
Bro, think about it. Why was the dog in the well?
He fell?
That's what they want you to think. This is Antifa 2.0, man. It's all connected. The dog, Epstein's Island, the vaccine, 9/11. Wake up!
Wow, y'all are really centering the dog in this story? Typical.
I have a source, bro. His cousin sold weed to a guy who worked for the government.
No, Buddy got rescued because he's a privileged golden retriever. If he were a pit bull, would they have even shown up?
I have documents from a CIA insider.
Please stop.
This is why I wake up at 4 a.m. and invest in crypto.
While they fight it out, let me tell you how social media is shaping politics. So 20 years ago, getting the news was simple. You had three options. Some guy in a suit on TV, another guy in a suit on TV, or a newspaper written by guys in suits who wish they were on TV. Sure, the networks had their biases, but at least everyone was watching the same circus. Whether you leaned left, right, or just wanted the weather, you were still consuming the same basic reality. Kind of like how everyone agrees the sky is blue, even some lunatic swears it's a government hologram.
So you just believe what they tell you, huh? Classic sheep. The sky isn't blue, it's a government projection to hide the space lasers. Wake up!
But now, we all let social media feed us news based on whatever keeps us glued to the screen. And what keeps us glued? Outrage, conspiracy theories, and cat videos. Though to be fair, only one of those has real-world consequences. The cat videos. Algorithms have turned us into dopamine-addicted lab rats, reinforcing whatever nonsense we already believe. You think the earth is flat? Boom! Welcome to a community of 50,000 other morons who will die on that hill. You believe drinking bleach cures COVID? Boom! Here's a guy with 100 million followers who's somehow the president of the United States. Instead of a public town square, we now have ideological echo chambers, where people only hear opinions to make them feel warm, validated, and ready to declare civil war over a pronoun. So do you remember when Trump and Big Tech were like an old married couple who hated each other but couldn't get divorced because of the kids? Capitalism? Yeah, that's over. Back in his first term, Trump was screaming about censorship like a guy who just got banned from Denny's for the 5th time.
Folks, it's a disgrace, okay? Total disaster. They're silencing me. Me, the most beloved, most handsome man in America. The waitresses love me, tears in their eyes, but these radical left tyrants want to ban me. By the way, terrible pancakes, folks, just awful, very low energy syrup.
He even tried to rewrite Section 230, the law that lets social media companies pretend they're not responsible for the deranged lunatics they give a platform to. It's like watching a schoolyard bully and his favorite nerd finally become best friends. Big Tech isn't just tolerating Trump now, they're in his cabinet. Here's the roster of tech overlords now shaping the new empire. You already know Musk, who's whispering in Trump's ear about AI, crypto, and national security. Imagine taking policy advice from a guy who named his kid a CAPTCHA code.
I am not in his cabinet. Trump is in my cabinet.
You also know Vivek Ramaswamy, the biotech bro turned political hype man who now co-runs at the Department of Government Efficiency with Musk. Then there's David Sachs, early PayPal executive turned right-wing influencer, is now shaping Trump's AI and crypto policies. And of course, Peter Thiel, the vampire billionaire funding everything from conservative candidates to life extension experiments. He's ensuring big tech has a permanent seat at the table in Trump's White House. Meanwhile, Zuckerberg swore Meta was politically neutral, but lately, Zuck has taken a hard right turn, and not because he suddenly fell in love with free speech.
But free speech fell in love with me, just like how your data fell in love with being sold to the highest bidder.
So here's what he's changing. Meta kills its third-party fact-checking program in the US. Instead, they're switching to community nodes. So now random Facebook uncles get to decide what's true. Meta is also relaxing speech restrictions. What was once misinformation is now just an alternative viewpoint. And if that wasn't enough, Zuck has been spotted rubbing elbows with Musk and Sachs, probably in some secret billionaire bunker, sipping adrenochrome and laughing at the peasants still paying for Twitter Blue. Oh, and let's not forget, Meta stands to make billions from Trump's deregulation spree.
I would personally waterboard the concept of democracy if it meant another 5% revenue boost. Don't you wish I was this honest in real life?
So while Meta and X are giving Trump a big wet algorithmic kiss, not every tech giant is ready to jump on the MAGA train. Turns out, billionaires are just like the rest of us. divided, paranoid, and consistently trying to screw each other over. Some are still clinging to their "we care about democracy" branding, like a politician kissing babies while robbing their college funds.
We have a strict no Nazi policy, and we won't tolerate them. For now.
For example, Google's YouTube is still demonetizing channels that hint at questioning the mainstream narrative. So say goodbye to ad revenue unless of course you're a makeup tutorial channel, in which case scream all the conspiracy theories you want. Apple still blocks right-wing apps like it's the digital Berlin Wall. You can track your sleep patterns with Apple Health, but good luck finding an app that lets you talk about Hunter Biden's laptop. Amazon's cloud service AWS hosts Twitch, where extreme right-wingers get banned, but 14-year-olds playing Call of Duty can still say things that would make a 1950s segregationist uncomfortable.
If I get banned for this, then Hitler should have been banned too.
Buddy, he literally rage quit. Calm your teenage
Meanwhile, the left-wing resistance is building its own tech empire. We've got Mastodon and Blue Sky, decentralized open-source platforms where people pretend they love free speech, but also want an AI-powered bouncer to keep out the riffraff. Then there's Threads by Meta, Facebook's cooler, more progressive younger sibling who went to college and came back with a sociology degree. And of course, YouTube and TikTok, not explicitly left-wing, but their misinformation policies still make conspiracy theorists angrier than an atheist at a Christmas dinner. And then you've got podcasts, newsletter, and Twitter rants. The new CNN, which is great if you love long unverified monologues from dudes who think conspiracy theories are just alternative facts.
Tap water makes frogs gay, man!
Forget deep fakes. AI isn't just making fake videos, it's reprogramming democracy itself. AI can now write entire political campaigns, speeches, attack ads, and Twitter rants. It's all machine generated now. Bot armies are flooding platforms with propaganda. The next time you see a grassroots movement trending, check if half the accounts have profile pictures of anime girls or flags, because there's a 50% chance you're arguing with a robot.
As a proud American citizen who definitely exists and is not a bot, I wholeheartedly support Putin. He's a good guy. He protects family values.
AI targets voters with hyper-personalized propaganda. Your data isn't just for selling overpriced sneakers anymore. It's being used to custom-build political messages just for you. Meaning, two people in the same house could get completely different versions of the same candidate tailored to manipulate them.
If you are a suburban dad, I will cut taxes, protect your family, and bring back traditional values. No more woke bullshit. If you are his daughter, I will champion affordable education, women's rights, and LGBTQ rights. And if you are her conspiracy-loving uncle, I will be fighting the deep state. Also, Epstein didn't kill himself.
The US isn't the only place where social media is shaping politics. This is a worldwide cage match, and every government is trying to figure out how to weaponize it. Take China, for example. They block their own citizens from seeing Winnie the Pooh memes, but have no problem pumping TikTok full of mind-melting nonsense for the rest of us. Then there's Russia, flooding X and Telegram with state-sponsored propaganda. Half the political accounts on X are probably just some guy in Moscow pretending to be a patriotic American named John Bold Eagle 1776.
Howdy, fellow Yankees. As an American like me might put it, I can say without a doubt, Russia is a democratic country, Putin is very cool, and America is, how do you say, total garbage. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, which is as American as me.
The European Union is basically your overprotective mom, slapping down strict content moderation laws through the Digital Service Act. If America's attitude towards social media is,
let's see how bad this can get,
the EU is,
absolutely not, young man.
But the real question isn't just who controls social media now, it's whether big tech will control it at all in the future. So what if no single company controls social media? No Mark Zuckerberg stealing your data, no Elon Musk turning your timeline into his personal stand-up routine. Sounds great, right?
No, it doesn't sound great at all. Who am I supposed to force laugh at my memes then? And who will I gaslight about that thing I totally didn't do, even though there's video proof?
Blockchain networks like Nostr and Farcaster have no central authority, no moderation, no accountability. Imagine X, but instead of a CEO, it's just anarchy and vibes. And then there's Web3, where users get to own their data, which sounds great until you realize most people can barely figure out their Wi-Fi settings, let alone manage a crypto wallet. So, will people ditch big tech for decentralized platforms? Probably not, because for all our talk about freedom, most of us are lazy. If given the choice between total control over our data or the ability to log in with one click and doom scroll memes, we're picking memes every time. At the end of the day, the future of social media isn't about freedom or control, it's about convenience. And as long as big tech can keep giving us our daily fix of outrage, cat videos, and political drama, we'll keep scrolling no matter who's pulling the strings.
You know what an American like me thinks is cool? Cat videos. You know what's even cooler? Videos of Putin. And what's the coolest if you like this video?
So, what do you think? Is social media the new battlefield where we're all just foot soldiers in someone else's war? If platforms decide what we see, do we truly have free speech or just the illusion of it? And if every platform caters to its own side, is there any hope of bringing people back to a shared reality? Please let us know what you think in the comments.